Welcome back to the Crypto Gorilla YouTube channel. Now don't be jealous, I'm rocking my beautiful Kaiju Kings hoodie, but we have a ton to talk about today. First, let's start off with the state of the market. It does seem like the mints that are doing the best are on two completely different ends of the spectrum. Everything in the middle is not doing well. So on one side, we have the degen free mints, which are pretty much a game of hot potato. And on the other side, we have the projects that have a strong backing, whether that is a known person in the Web 2 space, and I'm not talking about a celebrity, a known brand from Web 2, or a project that has a lot of VC backing where they are able to defend their floor. Everything else in between is completely bricking. We saw a bunch of mints that people thought were going to perform well, perform horribly, many of which didn't even manage to mint out 50% of their supply, and people are pretty desperate for some flips, so they end up crushing the floor and a lot of the time barely making any profits. However, there are a bunch of projects that I have my eye on that I do believe can perform well despite the poor market conditions. So today we're going to talk about those. As usual, I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say in this video is just my opinion, and you should always do your own research before buying or selling anything. Also, if you enjoy this kind of content, give it a like. It really helps my channel grow. It helps this video reach a wider audience. And if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, would you kindly hit that subscribe button? So the first project on today's list is going to be Bad Influence. Now, full disclosure, Champ and myself are advising this project, so it is in my favor for it to perform well. However, it is the first project that I put my name on, and I have very high confidence and high conviction in the team that they will be able to deliver on this project. Now, the founders of this project are going to be David, Christian, and Brian. As you can see if you read their portfolios, both David and Christian come from a marketing background, and they have worked with massive companies such as Spotify, TikTok, Adidas, Disney, Lego, and Reebok. And then you have Brian, who built his previous company during the aftermath of the 2008 crash, so he is no stranger to building during a bear market, and he and his team managed to build that company into a multi-billion-dollar company, and eventually they were able to sell it, so they had a beautiful exit. Now, with all of their experience, they did get to work in Hollywood. They did get to see behind the scenes how all these deals are done, how the streaming platforms treat the creators of the IPs, and how the creators are completely stripped of any creative control over essentially their creation. And they also get the short end of the stick when it comes to the financial returns. So the grand vision behind this project is to create a powerhouse in terms of production, distribution, in creating IPs, and to give power back to the little guy. Now, there are many different phases to the roadmap, from the heart to the body, which is the 2D PFP as well as the 3D avatar. And after that, they have the Bad Influence Studio as well as Bad Influence Labs, where they have already developed an app where you could become your PFP or become your avatar. And then finally, the studio, where they will be producing IPs, which are already very far in the works. They have showed me a behind the scenes look at all of these. It is very impressive what they are capable of producing. However, if we simply look at the PFPs, in my opinion, these look awesome. The artist, Jor Ross, is extremely talented, and I do think people are going to be happy when they see the entire collection. Now, speaking of the collection, this is going to be a 10K collection. However, it will be split up very different from any project that we've ever seen. 40% is going to mint in July, the details of which I cannot reveal yet. However, I do think people are going to be very happy. After that, 20% is going in what they're calling the Creator Vault, which will be reserved for future partners, for future creators who will be brought on board to work on those different IPs. And the final 40% is their commitment to the long-term creation of this company, of this project, which is going to be daily auctions, similar to how Nouns DAO does it, where they auction off one piece per day. And that auction is going to last roughly 10 years. So I'm very happy to be working with this project. As I said, it is the first project that I put my name on, and I have very high conviction in this team's ability to deliver. Now, speaking of creating a show, we have a second short film by the Art Gobblers team, and I was already convinced after the first one that somebody on the Rick and Morty production team or animation team is part of this project. After watching the second trailer, I am 99.9% convinced that this has something to do with one of the creators or one of the animators from Rick and Morty, because the animations, the humor reminds me so much of Rick and Morty, as well as the voice of this character sounds a lot like the voice actor behind the Mr. Meeseeks character. So I won't be surprised if they do eventually announce this. That's all the information we have. There is no website. There is no information beyond these 2 trailers. However, this is definitely a project that I personally have notifications on for, and I'm going to continue to watch because I'm personally convinced that there is an actual good team behind this project. Next on the list is another one where the artist behind it I'm a big fan of, so I'm kind of biased. This is going to be Mixcellmates, the creator of which is McBess. Now, if you don't know McBess, he has a very large YouTube following. His one-of-ones sell for very expensive, so I was extremely happy to find out that he is going to have a generative collection. Now, he's finally released this picture showing what some of the traits are going to look like. As you can see, it's going to be these characters. Now, my one issue with it is that it is black and white, and you can see that in the Humankind project. I had mentioned this when I originally spoke about this. Using this as a PFP when there is no color, to me, it looks sort of incomplete. It looks like it's a picture that is in the middle of being created. However, they have not yet added the color. So I do wonder if that's going to be the case for this collection. However, this is his style. If you look at his one-of-ones on Foundation, the characters, or that female character, is always in black and white. And whenever you see her in his music videos, she is also in black and white, as well as this death character. So I wouldn't be shocked if he does go forward with this black and white style. Regardless, I'm going to continue to support him because I am a big fan of his work. More than happy to spend 0.08 or 0.1 or 0.15, whatever it is, to get one of these cellmates. Next on the list, a project that a lot of people have been talking about, we've seen the pre-mint link being shared a lot, is going to be the potatoes by Memeland. Now, we really do not have a lot of information on what the potatoes will do other than them being a prequel to the Memeland project. However, culture-wise, this 100% fits with the NFT space, and better than that, they are going to be 100% free. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, this is one of the 2 metas, the degen free mints. However, this is a free mint for a project that is backed by 9gag. So I would not be surprised if this does very well straight out the gate, something like 0.3 to 0.5 on secondary. Now, 9gag did already launch their MVPs. I believe these sold for 5 ETH each. As you can see, they're at 22.5 on secondary at the moment. Now, it's a very low supply, and of course, it's 9gag behind it. They do have the funds to pump their own floor, but this has given people a lot of confidence in Memeland, and it is definitely the most anticipated drop at the moment. But I'm sure they're holding off based on the market conditions. So it's pretty cool to get this potatoes drop. Hopefully you do win one of those pre-mint raffles. I know there is currently one with the Kaiju Kings where you do need to own a Kaiju. You just need the green roll. I think it's either a Kaiju or a baby Kaiju. So if you own one of those, there is a raffle for 100 spots, but I definitely think this is going to be a cook. Next on the list, a project I was really looking forward to and still am, but they actually delayed their mint. That is going to be FigureGot. In their last Twitter space, they announced it. They don't want to launch in the current market, so they will be waiting. However, what they are going to do is what they're calling a reverse roadmap. So they will start off by launching their merch, or I don't want to call it merch because they say it's very high quality. So they're going to launch their clothing brand. They actually have a trailer for this on their Twitter where you get to see what some of the clothing is going to look like. And something they do mention in the article is when you purchase the clothes, you are going to be able to enter your wallet or ENS domain, which could qualify you for airdrops down the line. Now, we did just see an airdrop with the Murakami artifact blade as well as the t-shirt, but I personally love when collections do these type of airdrops. It rewards people who support them, and of course it's either free liquid or it's a free piece that you can have in your wallet for a collection that you love. But as a benefit to this collection, it is going to get more people to purchase some of their merch just to qualify for a potential airdrop. Now, like I said, they are delaying the mint, but they did mention that the art, which is extremely high quality, is already ready, so it's purely based on the market. As for the allow list, they're currently putting a pause on it. They do say that they're going to re-establish how allow list is going to be given out. It was currently very hard to get in the Discord, which is actually open now, by the way. They only had 800 members in. In order to get in, you have to solve a puzzle on their Twitter, but they're also pausing that. So while it does suck to know that this collection is not going to be launching in the near future, it is cool that they're going ahead with their reverse roadmap. It's good to know that the art is is ready, and as soon as they feel comfortable with the market, they are going to be able to drop their collection. Now, another collection I still am looking forward to is going to be Gangster All Star. I assume they're going through a similar thing to Figure Got, where they don't want to launch in this market. However, they have recently dropped a manifesto, and it does seem like it will be a comic series. However, I think the main thing they're going for is simply launching a brand. And I personally am still holding my Genesis piece. I'm still very excited for this collection. I'm just, patiently sitting on the sidelines waiting for it to drop, or at least waiting for information on the drop. The final one I want to briefly look at is going to be Mystics, as they did just launch their website. It's very plain, it's simple, but I really like it. I find the art looks really good, and this is something people in the space are going to vibe with. So overall, just quickly looking at the website, it looks very clean. And if we hop on over to the team page, you can see that Amir and Dark Echelon are advising this project. Side note, Dark Echelon actually replaced those cards with this really cool PFP art. I had no idea that he was going to do this. In my opinion, these look great. So shout out to Amir and Dark Echelon for making this happen. But back to Mystics, I am excited about this project. I like the art, and I look forward to seeing what they put forward. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching the Crypto Gorilla. Peace.